It was completely my fault. I let him down, but that was my dead guy bathroom story.
I haven't found any dead people in the bathroom yet, but I did find a lot of shit in urinals for some reason.
Shit in urinals.
Yeah, men shit in the urinals. I don't know why.
That's crazy. It's like a South Park episode. Remember that?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god.
Who pooped in the urinal?
My whole life, I feel, is turning into a big South Park episode, and I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah,
you know?
just they definitely they talk about everything that needs to be talked about. I love that show. That we'll get into it here. All right.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, this is Anthony with Interviews with Everyday People. I'm sitting here with Samantha. If you noticed, the background here is a little different. This is our first interview we've taken on the road, so we always say that we will bring it to you, and this is the first example of that. So we're here in St. Clair at the very, very beautiful home.
Thank you.
I love it. I love the giant Nutcracker.
Oh my god!
It's like I moved it a little bit. Yeah. It's heavy. Like
it's heavy.
Yeah,
it's heavy.
It's like a legit Nutcracker.
Oh yeah, I acquired it.
Well, what's it?
Okay, well, the thing
now we have to know.
Oh yeah.
We'll take a picture of it and put it on.
My mother, she loves Nutcrackers. She loves them. So when I was 16, I was like, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna get her this great Nutcracker. It's gonna be fucking awesome. She's gonna love it. And so I'm 16 and I had a job full time and this and that, but I went up and it was $364. So I was like, well, this box works. It's like a big coffin.
Yeah.
I put it in and I paid like $14 for it, and it's the worst thing I've ever done. And then I carried it on top of my car like a coffin. And so we're driving home, my little Ford Focus, with this big ass
Nutcracker.
I almost called a leprechaun out.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, but
it's all right.
And we get to Taco Bell and we pull up to the drive-thru window, and I put my brakes on, and I'm like, oh god, this box isn't gonna work. And you just see his little hat sliding down my windshield. And coming out of the box, and before I know it, I'm at the Hazelton Taco Bell with this Nutcracker on the hood of my car.
A sword and everything,
which I later realized comes out, and I use it to like my Zelda role playing. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, my Nutcracker.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's amazing.
It's functional. I don't know what you would put in it because it's that big.
It would just destroy
coconuts if it wouldn't kill me.
Yeah. Oh, you're allergic to coconut?
Oh, yeah.
I just don't like the taste of it. I'm not a fan of coconut. I did have a coconut beer with Ben. It was a coconut pineapple beer, but you didn't get much coconut flavor, so it wasn't bad.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but I'm not a big coconut fan. Like Almond Joys, if people eat those, I'm like, I don't trust you as a person. That's not tasty.
Oh, dear God, no.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
God, no.
What's the other one that they make?
Mounds, Almond Joy.
Yeah, they're gross. They're gross candies.
Sickening.
Yeah.
Sickening.
I'll even put out there, Butterfingers are gross.
What?
It tastes like chalk.
Yeah.
Like if they made peanut butter into chalk.
All right. I preferred when they had the balls for Butterfingers.
You said it, not me.
No, yeah, because they had Bart Simpson riding around with them and stuff on the commercials.
It was a joke.
I know.
It was an immature joke.
Yeah. What happened about not making fun of people, Tony?
I'm not making fun of it. That's why I said you said it, not me.
But you went there.
That's what she said. All right, I should have just ended with that. That's what I liked it better as balls. That's what she said. That should have been it.
Yep.
All right.
It happens.
We'll edit that. And then instead of the whole other conversation, it'll just be, that's what we're not going to edit it, but.
No.
I love how the first thing that I say is about me being a little hood rat when I was 16 and not thieving, but yeah, the Nutcracker.
You thieved a giant Nutcracker. It was for a good cause, though.
It was for a good cause. Yeah.
Because nobody was going to buy that $400 Nutcracker.
No.
At least it got use out of it.
No. Yes. Yeah. It's actually very comforting. There's a spot on its head that's so soft. It'll take your panic attacks away anytime. And my mom was worth it. I would do anything. I'd rob a bank for her. I don't care, and I would not do good in jail. I am not made for jail. I'd get along with everybody, but
I feel you just watch a couple seasons of the Orange New Black and you'll be fine.
Oh, that's my shit.
Yeah, that's my Hottie show as well. I came home the one day and I came in a very interesting part, I guess we'll say.
Oh.
And I was like, "What are you watching?" And she's like, I'm watching a show on Netflix. I'm like, Netflix has porn now? This is great. And she's like, no, it's a jail show. I was like,
even better.
Yeah. And then I was just like, all right, half naked girls in jail. And I was like, I'm in. Let's watch.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Netflix got porn. I was like, this is crazy. But yeah, that's a fun show. But Yeah. What have you ever tried to crack anything in it? What am
I have. Oh no, I've actually put lots of things in it. I everything, and it slams so hard. It slams so hard. I put oranges in there, and then my mom will be like, "What are you doing to my Nutcracker?" It's just a thing I have to do. It would be doing a disservice to it if I didn't.
You gotta like smash stuff in it.
Yes.
It's like a giant Gallagher machine.
Oh my God! Yes.
Is its name not Gallagher?
Yeah. We were at each other's mind. Did we just become best friends? Yeah. So, getting into we got a little bit of your pre-story there when you were a kid, but growing up, describe yourself to us, like how.
I feel like my mom always says I regressed as I grew up. I was super responsible. I would be that kid that's like, I know where my birth certificate and my social security card is. I got all this covered. I'm great. And then it's just like a slow-moving forest fire that kind of just was like, okay. I was good as a kid, and then my anxiety took over, and it just kind of like derailed me a little bit.
Around what age did that start kicking in for you?
Well, I was I think 5 when I started having panic attacks, and they didn't know what it was, so they took me to the hospital, and they ran tests on me, and they're like, oh shit, she doesn't have a heart condition. I don't know why she's freaking out. I don't know, I was naturally nervous, and then I was good up until I was 18, and then my parents got divorced, and then I ended up one day I was like, I can't go in the car, I don't know, I'm gonna have a panic attack and freak out. And ever since then it's just like, I'm like stuck in a way.
Yeah. Well, a big thing with anxiety and depression, especially, I don't know if it's just our area. I'm very sheltered. I haven't seen much of the world, but
same here.
But growing up, I'm 32, so a lot of my generation was, if a kid had behavioral issues or if he was maybe suffering from anxiety or depression, it was just like, let's put him on Adderall and Ritalin.
Yes.
And it was I was the Ritalin generation. Ritalin and fluoride. That you come back from recess and everyone took their fluoride tablet, and then if you were a behavior issue or something they couldn't figure out, then you went to the nurse's office and you took a Dixie cup full of Ritalin.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough. My parents were like, we don't think he needs that. I got very, very lucky, but a lot of the kids in my grade weren't. I mean, that was just like, everybody was fed that stuff. I think there's a correlation to a lot of the problems we have today, especially with people of my generation and our generation, because you were feeding kids fluoride and Ritalin like it was Skittles every single day they went to school. And if they didn't go to school, a lot of them were getting fed at home because that's all doctors prescribed. It was like the hit thing to do. Like, for example, like OxyContin. Before Valium and Percocet and Vicodin, they gave everyone Oxys, and that turned people into like, like it ruined people. Like the doctors kind of find these new things to give to people to try out, and then the consequences of that 10 years down the road is crazy. But now it's getting to a point where depression, anxiety, and a lot of this thing is becoming more socially okay to talk about. Yeah. Because if you said that to somebody, oh, I suffer from anxiety or depression or bipolarism, people are just like, oh, bye.
Oh yeah. That's been almost my whole life. I've lost girlfriends and boyfriends over it, but I was fortunate enough that my dad was a pharmacist and my mom worked in a hospital for a long time, and they refused to put me on anything. Obviously, they wouldn't let me suffer, but they did not think that was a right way to go, and I couldn't be more grateful than that for that.
What were some of your growing up your coping things that you would turn to?
Oh my God, my mom. My mom, she was everything. Like, she was my security blanket. So anytime, and she still is. I'm 31 and I'm a mama's girl. Like, I love my mom. I can't tell you enough how much I love my mom. But I would just go to my mom constantly with everything, and then she just got me through literally everything, no matter what.
Mine was video games and music.
Yeah.
And drawing. I used to like drawing too.
Painting is my other thing that I did.
To me, staying busy, staying active helped me a lot with my anxiety and depression. So for a while there, I was going through it, and then this podcast is kind of like my pill. Where, I'm editing, I'm prepping stuff for a show, I'm meeting new people, I'm talking to people, I'm getting stuff off my chest, I'm kind of feeding off your energy and helping me, because sometimes hearing other people's stories, you're like, I'm not alone.
Oh my God.
So it's to me, this is my medication. Yeah. This is why. And then I said, I think other people hearing that it helps them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In high school and growing up, not just high school, but like growing up in throughout your years, where did you fit in with the crowd? I mean, everyone has their breakfast club niche.
Yeah, it was weird because in high school, like, I did everything. I was on the swim team. I was, like, the captain of the majorettes and stuff like that. I was, like, very, very outgoing. It didn't faze me. For some reason, in elementary school, I was real bad. And after high school, I was real bad. But during high school, I was just fine. I was totally fine because I was surrounded by the best group of people I could have ever possibly been around. Like, throughout high school, I had the best girlfriend. Her name was Emma. She was just like my angel. She helped me through so much, and it was awesome. I was always fine in high school. Yeah, it was just after that, it's like, oh, thrown into the real world.
Did you go locally?
I went to Tamaqua.
Tamaqua? Okay.
Yeah.
He's a Tamaqua grad
Are you
as well.
serious?
Yeah.
What year did you graduate?
11.
Okay, I'm old.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a baby.
I'm old.
You would have been, what, 04?
06.
06. I was 05. Yeah, I was 05.
Aww.
I went to high school with you too.
Yep, 2005. I actually went to North Schuylkill for 2 years.
Shane's so excited about this.
Yeah,
I went talking about it all last night.
Yeah, I went to North Schuylkill for 2 years because I used my grandmother's address to play soccer.
Okay.
And then my house burned down.
No.
And then we didn't really know where we were going to live. And North Schuylkill wasn't very kind to me, we'll say.
Bastards.
Yeah, I always was a jock. I loved sports. I played sports, but I never fit in with the sport crowd.
Yeah.
I didn't have the sport guy look. I was the ugly athlete. Like, you know what I mean? Like you know, like there's the quarterback, and like that's your typical jock. They're attractive. They're good looking. I was as good, but I just didn't have the look. So I was a very very late bloomer too. Like I had the messed up teeth, the big glasses, the bowl haircut. That was popular.
You know how many times I got made fun of for that?
Yeah. And then I just didn't fit in, and I was always super super tiny. And then when I left North Schuylkill, and that little transition in that summer is when I kind of bloomed.
Yeah.
And then when I went back to Monte Area, like some people were like, "Who's that new guy?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm been here for a while. I just took 2 years away." But that was kind of my experience there for a while. But yeah, I didn't fit in that crowd. But yeah, that was North Schuylkill was tough.
I bounced around through crowds because I wasn't really in a crowd. I just had.
That's why I bounced around too.
I just had. I was friends with like everybody basically.
Yeah. I was friends with
everybody.
you just get a bad crowd. But the only reason I was friends with them is because I was kind of like the friend, but I was the friend who got picked on.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't get picked on outside that crowd.
Okay.
If that makes sense?
Yeah, totally.
So, like, oh, we're hanging out with you. We'll mess with you, and you're kind of our punching bag. But if anyone else outside this group tries to mess with you, we're gonna take care of it. So I kind of bounced around a little bit like that. Like, I was with the bad crowd. Easily could have slipped down bad paths, but I chose to. I got away from it just in time. Yeah.
Luckily, sorry, I interrupt everybody all the time, like terribly.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Now you said you were in the band, and
I was a majorette.
Yeah, their band is.
Oh my god,
a mini army.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
They're
huge.
awesome. They're crazy.
Did we talk about them on one podcast? The Tamaqua band. I remember.
No.
I just remember.
Not that I was around for anyway.
Yeah, I forget what. I think one of them we talked about it, but I just remember playing football for Monte Area, and we played Tamaqua, and the band came out of the high school.
Oh.
And they started playing, and then the first group was starting to wind up the bleachers, and they were still coming out of the school. Mm-hmm. It's like there's more people in the band than there were at the football game.
Oh, yeah.
It was insane.
No, the rest of us were just walking around.
Yeah.
And it was so fun.
Like 800 kids in the band. It was nuts.
And nobody would hate on you for being a band nerd because everyone was in it.
Yeah. The band,
if you're not in it, then...
And they were a good band.
Oh, so
I think they had a full drum set.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is cool. North Schuylkill always had a really good band, too.
Yeah.
North Schuylkill. I was always a very big fan of North Schuylkill band. But that's one of my favorite things about going to high school football games is the music. The music is cool. But so you get out of the now you said you turn to music a lot. What type of what's your genre? What's your thing?
Incubus.
Incubus
100%. And Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah.
And I was saying earlier, I got transfixed in this story of the whole universe of Coheed and Cambria, so it just kind of went.
I didn't realize how deep it was. I just found out with comic books and graphic novels.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have to dive in a little more to that. That sounds interesting.
It's insane. It's I said to Shane the other night, it's cool because you can listen to all the albums and understand where they're coming from, but then when you actually read the books, it's like, oh my God, it's just so much deeper than that.
So if you had to put it into like a little thing, like so it's a guy meets girl and they're young and they just kind of go through their life.
Oh no, fam. They're created specifically to save this this basically galaxy, and they're not supposed to be able to feel emotions, but they fall in love, and then Da, 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 da.
It's like a superhero show.
It's a superhero show.
Why is this not
It's
a movie?
so good. Oh, they're gonna do it. I bet.
Like an I think that's a good animation movie.
Yeah, they're actually their new album, The Unheavenly Creatures. They teamed up with Marvel to do the music videos for it,
Okay.
which is fucking rad.
Yeah,
because I
that's
love
really
Marvel.
cool.
I love Marvel. They teamed up with Marvel to do the videos, and they produced the first two. And it's actually like a precursor to all of the Amory Wars books, and it's like what happened before everything that he's already done, and it's just it's phenomenal. They have like new characters.
I'm sold. I'm gonna go look into it more.
I got this box set, and it has a mask that I want to wear 24/7, and it's just so cool. It's so cool. You have to check it out.
Are you a fan of the band Gorillaz?
Oh yes,
Did you see what they just
yes.
recently did with the collaboration?
No.
So Murdoch, the green guy, is now I guess in jail. I think I forget the backstory, but he's in jail.
That's
So-
Funky Homo sapien?
What's that?
Is that Del the Funky Homo sapien or no?
No, that's Murdoch is the bass player.
Okay.
So Murdoch is now gone or away,
Yeah.
and one of the Powerpuff Girls, the Mean Green Gang,
Oh Jesus.
is now the new bass player. So like they've merged
exciting.
Powerpuff Girls and Gorillaz together.
I need to tell my best friend Rachel about this
Yeah.
because she is into that.
Yeah.
She would be into that.
Yeah. So and then
That's so
another
cool.
rumor, we'll get a little nerdy, is that there's rumors that Samurai Jack and Powerpuff Girls are in the same universe as well. It's like a giant rumor. Yeah.
I feel like I could see that.
I loved Powerpuff Girls
I feel
growing
like I
up.
could see that.
The devil, and anything the devil's in, I'm a fan of. I'm not a devil worshiper. Sorry, but I just like the lore. I guess I always like the dark lore to it. Like like the boogie. Like you're a fan of the boogie band. Like
Yeah.
that's why I like horror movies. But we were
It's
talking a little
fun.
bit about Heidi's horror movie obsession as well. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's so fun.
So you were going through your thing a little bit, and you said the agoraphobia. Was that always something that you've had, or was that something that came much later?
I was fine. Like I drove across country on a Greyhound bus to Oklahoma before. I was fine, and then one day I went to get in the car and I had a panic attack, and I was like, oh, I can never go in a car again. That's it. So I just kind of avoided that instead of like being, oh, there's something wrong here. I should fix this before it gets worse. And then before you know it, I am in the house and I can go out on my porch, I can go in my yard, but that's it. Like, try and get me in a car, I'll kick your windshield out, which I've done twice by accident.
Really?
Yeah, oh my God. My stepdad, bless him, he is the best. Oh, I love him so much. He has put up with so much shit. I have called 911 when he was trying to help me. He was taking me to Ollie's one day, and I was like, I gotta get out of the car. I'm having a panic attack. He's like, no, calm down. No, he's trying to kidnap me.
Oh wow!
I called 911.
So you like completely lose just everything.
I'm better now.
Yeah.
I'm better now. I don't do that now. I'm not a total psycho. But before, I really learned a lot of my coping mechanisms and breathing things. And when it was new to me and I didn't understand it, I just flipped out. Like,
Can you get into cars now?
Yeah.
What's the farthest you've traveled so far since?
Well, I got major surgery last year. It was, and I had to go up to Danville. So that was an experience. I was nervous, but I was like, this is awesome. And then we're up there, and it was so funny because my mom, she's not used to me being out of the house and this and that. And I was like, well, we're already out. Let's go to the casino. I'm a gambling addict. It's terrible. But I was like, let's just go to the casino. And she's like, are you serious, Sam? I'm like, well, we're already out. What's going to happen? Like, I'll die in your car maybe, but just roll me out the door on the overpass. It'll be okay. So,
Did you have to, like people that are afraid of flying and they have to take, what is that called?
Xanax.
Like a Xanax or no, there's like a over-the-counter thing.
Benadryl.
No.
That was what I
I'm trying to
used.
think. My mom took it.
Dramamine. That is actually, see, I don't want to like put ideas into people's heads, but before I was prescribed my medication for my anxiety, what I used to do was I used to take Benadryl or Dramamine because it provides the same like calming and comforting effects as that. And that's what I relied on because I didn't want to go to the doctors and tell them anything was wrong, you know?
Have you ever looked into like CBD or anything like that?
I have, and I'm kind of starting to, I was prescribed Xanax for 12 years, and I would never ever take more than I was supposed to, but I realized I wanted to get off of it because like I just don't want to live like that. I don't want to be sick and having to take it. So I started smoking weed, and it just made everything so much easier to like.
Now that it's good
So
because
much easier.
the medical side of it is coming around a lot better now, so that's really good for people like that. Like a lot of people criminalize marijuana and say it's such a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But for me personally, if it ever became legal, or if it's getting to that stage, it's something I would look into personally with joint pain that I have and a lot of stuff. I've tried CBD, but the problem is that I need a higher strength dosage for my pain.
Okay.
But it has helped tremendously with anxiety and depression for me. So that's something I've been trying. I think it's a really good. I don't like taking pills. I'm not a pill person.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I hate taking pills.
I am literally, if you try to give me a pill that's not my medicine I take, I take one pill a day. If it's not that or it's not Motrin, I'll go into a full-blown panic attack, think I'm having anaphylaxis. I'm just terrified of pills. I'm terrified of alcohol. Like, I'm a pussy. I'm a bartender, but I don't drink and I don't take pills. I'm just scared. And that's why it was hard when they were like, oh, try and smoke to make you feel better. I'm like, oh, I'm scared. I don't want to get fucked up. But then when I came around to it, it was like the best thing that I could have done, you know?
You have to be very careful with that too. Like, you have to do it with people you trust.
Oh my God.
Because you always have that one dirtbag friend that's like, smoke this. That happened to me one time.
My God, yes.
Yeah, I had a
that was bad.
I won't incriminate anybody on my podcast, but I had a friend
so-
when we were younger, and they're like, smoke this, and then they're like, cool, bro, you just tried wet, and I was like,
Yeah.
what is that? Like, did you dip in water? And I didn't have a good time, and that was the last time I touched weed in a long time. Ever since then, it was I had a bad experience, and they thought it was a blast, and I did not have a good time for like the next 5 hours.
Yeah.
It was.
I had an experience like that. I had my house, and it was like a little hippie commune. I had all my friends living with me, and the one day they brought me this stuff, and they're like, oh, smoke with us, it's just weed. I'm like, okay, and then I did it, and I'm trying to focus on doing my friend's hair. She asked me to dye her hair red, and for whatever reason, I was like, Rachel, let me do your eyebrows too. It'll be phenomenal. I got this. I'm good.
And her whole forehead's red.
It's fucking no. She turned out looking like Ronald fucking McDonald, and I never forgave myself. Rachel, I'm sorry, and I love you, but
Is there photos of
they
this
gave
there?
me Spice. They made it was just like oh.
I've seen Friends on Spice.
It's not good.
It doesn't look like a good time at all.
No, it's not. But I was just horrified, and I was scared because I was like, I am real fucked up, and I just deformed your face.
Yeah.
And it didn't go away for a couple days.
Yeah.
Because there was no rhyme or reason. I was just like putting it on and smearing it all with my fingers. She was so upset.
Well, I see when people dye their hair and like their scalp is that color. So I can imagine when you did an eyebrow.
And it's like a thumbprint across her eyebrow too. It was and her hair was short like Ronald McDonald too, which made it worse. I felt so bad.
I'm sure she laughs about it now.
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay, that's good.
She's awesome. She's a cancer survivor. She's amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did a video for the Cancer Society for something going on in Hazleton.
Okay.
So we try to get that stuff out. If I'm jumping in timelines a little bit, let me know.
Oh yeah, you're good. I'm all over the place at all times.
Where we're at so far. Do you have any questions, Nikolai?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
For those of because Tony always forgets to do this. It's agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that is to the people who have no idea what this is?
Well, basically, it's a pretty, like, I guess, loose term for whatever. The fear of leaving your home, leaving your comfort zone. You could, basically, what happens for me, what it is for me, I should say. Whenever I try to go out of the house, go out of my comfort zone, get in cars, I have real bad panic attacks. So it's like you're stuck inside. Incubus has a song called Agoraphobia, and it's like, I want to stay inside for good. Which is ironic because they were my favorite band, and then I get that, I'm like, out of anything I could have gotten. Like,
yeah.
Fuck. But yeah, I just, basically a phobia of leaving your comfort zone. Or your comfort person, because I mean, when I met my wife, she became my comfort person, so I could go out with her, but as long as she was okay, I was good. But then when she wasn't there, I would just...
So it doesn't have to necessarily be a place.
No, it could
just
definitely be a person
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There was a character in a show, Shameless, I think, that suffered from agoraphobia. You ever watch Shameless?
I haven't.
So Shameless, there was a character. She I believe she had agoraphobia. She was afraid to leave her house, and then each episode she would get further out her front door, and then she would be able to get to the block, and then she was able to get down the street, and then she finally got to the point. The spoiler, but she finally got to the point where she was able to like fully leave, and then a plane. Part like something in the sky, like a plane broke apart, and the engine landed in her front yard, and then immediately put her right back to where she was.
Dude, and that's how it fucking happens. That's how it happens too. Because like, I have been at that point where I'm like, I'm good. Like I can actually go places, and then like life drops a proverbial plane on you, and you're like, I'm gonna stay inside for good again.
Have you ever been somewhere and it kicks in to the point where you're like, I need to get home right now?
Yes, all the time.
But then you have a hard time getting in the car?
No. See,
so see, once you're ready to, once you know you have to get
gonna go, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I've been a lot of situations like that. Actually, like a really lot.
And then you pretty much, for the most part, just kind of hang out in your town and local like places you're comfortable, like, you know, like how you work at the bars and stuff?
Yeah, unfortunately. But I mean, I'm hoping that this summer, like, my boyfriend and I have a lot of plans to actually go and try and do stuff, and he's actually a person I feel safe with, so I feel like I might be able to start my life again.
Good.
Hopefully, yeah. It's such a good thing.
What's like your main goal this year?
Get to the beach.
You want to go to a beach?
I want to go to the beach. I haven't been there since 2006.
Nice.
So yeah. We going to the beach.
That's awesome. We'll keep in touch, and hopefully that happens, and we'll see the cool pictures.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that'd be cool to share with people.
I said even if I have to dope myself up, like take a bunch of Benadryl and just like pass out in the car the whole way, I don't care.
Do things in the car help you, like music or like playing games or anything like that?
Yeah, music helps me.
Like singing along?
Oh yeah. Yes, I am the carpool karaoke queen.
Yeah, that's always been a thing for
I'm
us.
Not very good, but like I will rock that.
Yeah.
I will rock that.
That's something.
Yeah.
What's that?
Ain't it fun?
Yeah.
Ain't it fun? Yeah. Well, yesterday we drove around town for like ever, just singing Taylor Swift style and Ain't It Fun, and we rock that. We rock that. I mean, he's a professional musician, so like he got that. But I'm the same way. Every one of my friends are amazing musicians. They're like, you should learn how to play guitar, and then they do it. I'm like, I'm past due. Like, what am I gonna do? Pick it up now? It's like if you grew up playing basketball and your best friends are all in the NBA, and they're like, just play a pickup game. F you. That is what he said to me last night. Yeah. He's like, oh well, you actually have like really good timing and stuff, and you're really actually musically inclined. You should learn how to play guitar for me so we could do a thing together. And I'm like, I'm 31. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I just hit expert level on Rock Band. Like I'm not ready for it. Like I finally I just got the orange button down, and you want me to learn the real guitar now? Like it's too much. But if I would have taken all the time I put into Guitar Hero and Rock Band, I probably would be a really good guitarist. But I'd be like that. Post Malone started that way. He started playing rock.
Started from the bottom. Now he's here.
Hit Guitar Hero inspired Post Malone to become a guitar. And you ever hear Post Malone play guitar? Yeah. He's phenomenal at it. He's really good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now you're saying that you had your wife.
Yes.
So how did you come about meeting her?
Oh my God. My brother worked at coincidentally. FedEx is where everything begins, apparently. But but my brother worked at FedEx, and he started dating this girl that worked there. And the one day, she came over to my house to hang out, and she brought her niece. And I walked down into my kitchen, and right when I walked down, I was like, I just got hit in the stomach. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna puke. Like, oh Jesus Christ. I saw her sitting at the table, and I was like, oh my God, like, oh man, you know that like.
Like the love at first sight.
Yes. And I was so awkward and weird. And I went outside to have a cigarette, and I sat down in the chair. She comes down and sits right next to me, because she knew she was gay, and she knew that I was into girls and stuff. And she came out and she sits down. I'm like, hi, and she's just like, hi. I'm like, oh, I don't lose my cool around anybody. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm just like, no, like you're really hot. And I walked in the house, and then that was it. We just were like inseparables.
How long have you been out like bisexuality? Like you said in high school you had a relationship,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Was that something you've conquered? Like, was that something that gave you issues in high school too? Because that wasn't very.
There was, for the most part, Tamaka was amazing, but there was 2 specific girls that gave me shit about it, which I will not name because their lives are. I mean, they got theirs. So, I mean, there was 2 girls that gave me shit about it that said horrible, horrible things. The only thing that I am lucky enough is that everyone, my mom, like, Oh my God, I was terrified to tell my mom.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I scared. And you know what? She just looked at me and she was just like, you are my baby. Like, I love you no matter what. The only thing I worry about is how other people will treat you.
Yeah.
And if they do treat you like shit, I'll like, she goes, Mama Bear.
It's tough. That's another thing too. That's, growing up, it was something that was very challenging for people. Like, a lot of people say I don't agree that it's a choice, and I don't think it is. I think you're attracted to who you're attracted to.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that are sometimes in the gay community don't like the people that are bisexual because you're like, oh, you like both. And you can't choose how you're wired. You know what I mean?
You can't. You can't.
And I growing up, I'm a very victim. I'm not a victim, but a person of it, where I use certain words to describe things. Like I used, retarded, gay.
Yeah.
And when you're younger, you're like, oh man. And then as you get older, you're like, that's kind of a shitty thing to say. And then you realize that sometimes words do have an effect on people, and they are very harmful. Like making something that's gay as synonymous to like being lesser or not equal to, and that's terrible to do.
Yeah.
And that was something I've grown over, and I've changed with that. But I couldn't imagine, like, I went to Monterey where it was, I got picked on for the jeans I wore.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my nickname was Route 66 because I wore Kmart jeans, and everyone else wore, like, Nike and Adidas, and I was rocking, like, I went to, when we found Value City. Value City was cool.
Value City, I missed that.
Because you're like, I could wear name brand stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when people were like, you got that at Value City, bro. And I'm like, just cut me a break, all right?
Yeah, Billy.
But at least you got to wear stuff. We had uniforms by the time.
I'd rather do uniform. I know, I don't. Cause
I was going to say we had uniforms.
No, because then it was like, you got your thing at Walmart. It's not Hollister or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever the brand was at the time. But then they were like, you can't have logos on it.
Yeah.
At all.
Oh, yeah, you were with me.
Yeah.
Actually, my senior year is when we switched over.
Okay.
So I just missed it. And it was messed up because I had a plan for my senior year. I had a plan. I was like, that was one thing that I was real interested in. It was like fashion and like being different and stuff. And it's like, you just took the wind out of my sails.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. I remember we became friends with her later on in school, but when I was at North Schuylkill, there was a girl that was at North Schuylkill that I was like, this chick is the coolest person of all time. Shauna. She was...
what name?
Parker. Shauna Parker. She was one of the only girls in school that was mixed race. She literally would walk around in like tutus, and she literally wore butterfly wings.
Yes.
She was openly bisexual, and she just didn't give a shit what people thought of her.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I was like, dude, I remember you walking down the highs with like, she would wear like a tutu, a pink tutu, giant like leggings before they were popular, and then she'd have socks over them, like polka dot socks, a crazy shirt, and then wear butterfly wings, and just didn't care. Didn't give a shit what people thought. And I was like, I wish I had that. Like, she inspired me to be like, I don't care what people think of me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then like a lot of it changed when I went to Monterey. It's like, I don't care. Like, I know you already hate me. I am what you think. I am what you say I am. If whatever makes you sleep at night, I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me.
Like, one of the best things, one of my favorite things that keeps me going throughout everything is a thing that my wife said to me when we first met. She's like, if you don't like me, don't look at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, really? I could be like that? I could just be like, oh, fuck that,
Yeah.
So then I just carry that with me, and I'm like...
So how long were you guys together?
It was weird because we were on and off for a couple of years, and then the last maybe 5-6 years were like very serious, committed, just totally.
Now, when you say wife, did you guys legally go through the process, or was it just like we were together so long, that's my wife?
Well, basically, what we did was we had a commitment ceremony of types. It wasn't with anyone else. It was just me and her and a reverend. And so he signed a piece of paper, and we did that. It wasn't legal because at that time, it was 2012. It was April 2nd, 2012, and it wasn't legal here anywhere. But we just wanted to do it for us. And I didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell anyone about it. She didn't tell her mom. It was just one of those things we just did because why not, you know?
We got married the year after or during the same year after. Everyone, so me and my wife were together about 7 years before, 8 years before we got married. I think it was 7 or 8, around there. I don't know. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But everyone would always say to us, when are you getting married? When are you getting married? And we used to always tell people, we'll get married when everyone's allowed to get married.
Oh,
And then the year they legalized gay marriage, we got married.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
My proposal was horrible, though.
Oh,
It was terrible.
No,
I was,
it probably wasn't.
I was blackout drunk, and she was driving. I was blackout drunk, and we were leaving a New Year's party, and I was like, "Yo, gay marriage is legal now. Like everyone's allowed to do it. So we should just get married this year." And she looked at me and goes, "Is that my fucking proposal?" And I was like,
yes, I love
I was
her.
like, "Yeah," and she goes, "I hate you." And I was like, "So yeah." And so then I went and told everyone like, "We're getting married," and she was so angry that I didn't do anything like cool. Yeah, that was.
Oh my god.
But that's like that's our relationship in a nutshell.
That's
Like,
awesome.
We just kind of bring it, but now I know you said she's no longer with us. She passed away.
Yeah, she passed away in 2016.
Are you comfortable telling us what happened with that? Like
Yeah. She was diabetic. She was type 1 diabetic since she was age 12, and basically she just went into ketoacidosis, and that is when your blood sugar goes up too high and your body can't function and it just kind of shuts down.
Mhm.
So I mean.
Was it
and-
something that she struggled with a lot, like keeping her blood sugars level?
Yeah,
and-
yeah, it was bad. There was lots of mornings I had to wake her up, but she wouldn't wake up, so I'd have to get the syrup out and put it under her tongue until she woke up, and it was always real scary. And the thing is, we'd always talked about it. She'd always be like, if something happens to me, and I'm like, no, I don't, no, just don't even.
We're not gonna have this conversation.
No, yeah, I'm not even going to. And it sucks because when she did pass away, we were broken up for a few months because life got in the way and things happened and it was stupid. And the thing about it was, in my phone, I still have them. Like, I didn't delete any of her texts. She was planning on moving back into our house, about 2 weeks before she passed away. We had a big conversation about her coming home and getting our lives back together. And like, we both knew it was stupid. It was completely stupid. Why and everything. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to help you get your stuff. And then it just so happened that the next time I was getting her stuff was when I was bringing it back after she passed away. So I was like, I can't deal with this unless I deal with it with humor. So I'm just like I'm just like, well, I didn't think I was going to be taking it all in myself,
Yeah.
because I'm bringing it in the house. And it was just like, it was weird. It was surreal,
And she was very understanding, because I know if a lot of outside people that would probably look at your situation and stuff, I can see how people are like, oh, they were off and on, so you probably had to deal with that a little bit. Where,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and then people questioned what you care about somebody. Because I know I have a friend.
Oh, yeah.
I had a friend. They were off and on, but they were together. Like they were together even though they were off and on. Like
Yeah, that's how
when
we
you
were.
when you
That's how we
think
were.
of them, they were together, but they weren't. They were going through their struggles, and then on top of it. I don't know like her aspect, but just hearing from your story, you struggled with a lot of mental aspects.
Yeah.
Your agoraphobia, your
Yeah.
anxiety, your depression. So, but she understood that, and that's what kind of when you guys would take your break, she probably understood like, hey, she's just going through her thing. I got to give her space.
Well, yeah, we only really had one. It was about 3 or 4 years where we were on and off, and then once we hit a certain point, it was like, you're mine. There's no getting away from it. She said to me, like, I was always worried because I couldn't get out of the house, and I was like, who wants to live like this? I said, what if we can never do stuff? What if we can never go out? And she looked at me and she grabbed my face and she just said to me, if you can never go out, I'm just gonna have to find more stuff for us to do in the house. And I'm like, oh my god.
We're getting really good at board games.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you ever like? Now you said we were saying earlier, the Zelda. So you're a big gamer.
Oh my god. Well, I'm a big gamer, but I'm a selective gamer. Like Dead Island and Left 4 Dead is everything to me.
So you like zombie games?
And I love zombie games. and the Mario series. Anything Mario is. I have a Princess Peach inspired tattoo right
really?
down my thigh. I love her. I love zombie games. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing the remake of Resident Evil 2. It's really,
saw the
really
trailer
good.
for that.
It's so good.
I saw that.
I'm
That's
I am the
awesome.
big. I have every console: the PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch. If you don't have a Switch yet,
I want one. I need
It's
to get
awesome.
one because
It's so
there's some
awesome.
Mario games that I don't have.
yeah,
God forbid.
Odyssey, and the new Zelda is phenomenal.
Oh,
It's like open world giant Zelda.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
so
good.
Cool.
So yeah, so I can see how definitely how like video games can definitely help you with that.
Yes.
And and then you said she was also into like horror movies as well. So that was like
Yeah.
something you guys had together as horror
Yep.
movies. What were some of her favorites?
She loved The Devil's Rejects. She loved anything Rob Zombie, like his remake of Halloween and 31 and everything like that. She just loved. She loved The Hills Have Eyes and Wrong Turn.
Yes.
Turn. She loved Wrong Turn.
So this year, the Devil's Rejects Part 3 is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original cast is all getting back together.
I'm so
Don't know
excited.
how they're going to do it yet, because if you haven't seen the Devil's Rejects, they die at the end.
Yeah, they get shot up.
Well, they get shot up.
Whatever,
They don't die, I guess.
But they might make it a prequel.
yeah.
might take it
Or
back
they
to
just
the
get
beginning.
like the police save them and then they break out. It was one of the best movie endings of all time. Like
Well-
Freebirds playing and just
Yeah,
driving by.
so good.
I know
so
when
good.
you first sent me your photos, I didn't want to be like weird or like inappropriate or like
Yeah.
say something that might offend you, but I was like, you came off to me as like a Sherry Moon zombie style.
And that's what Ashley always said to me. Ashley always said to me, she's like, you're my little Sherry Moon baby.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's such a compliment because I mean, I don't know, that's my thing. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
I'm a huge Rob Zombie fan as well. Another fun
That's
fact, because in the movies, did you know on the House of a Thousand Corpses, her and Rob actually shot their own, let's say, home video,
Yes.
and they used it during the opening credits. You can't physically see like anything pornographic. You
but
might
when
see,
you pay attention, you know what he's talking about.
yeah,
Like,
they're they filmed themselves having sex, and then they kind of put like this acid wash over it. So there's certain scenes where she'll see Sherry and she's like making faces, or you'll see like a breast, but it's literally their sex tape is the opening scenes
Yeah.
to House of a Thousand Corpses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Creative way to go about
Yeah.
the opening.
That's awesome.
Rob Zombie's awesome.
Oh, he's so
I didn't
good.
see the
Oh, he's
clown
so
one
good.
yet, or the Salem one. I didn't see that one either.
I didn't see that one either.
clown.
Yeah.
Lords,
Didn't he make that one called like 41? It was all about
Oh
clowns.
yeah, or like
Wait,
they go
they-
through the different levels or whatever.
I think so.
They made one called 31,
31.
and then
Yeah.
there was
Salem.
Lords of Salem.
Yep. I think Lords of Salem came first, and then 31 was next.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
bought me a shirt. She bought me this sweater that was like the one that Sherry Moon wears, and it was a black and white one.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Now you gotta get the dress." I'm like, "Oh my god, I love this! I love this!
Yeah,
Like, I
Sherry-
just want to play."
Sherry's awesome.
Yeah,
She was
she is.
Baby, right? Her name was Baby.
Baby, yep,
Yeah.
baby.
And she kills Dwight
Oh yeah.
from The Office. She makes
Yeah.
a fish boy or whatever. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. So then, we're like, so you lost your wife.
Yeah.
You know, just did a lot of your struggles with the agoraphobia and everything kind of come back, because she was your anchor for a while there.
Yeah. At that point, when she died, I was just like, you know what? I was in a spot where I was stuck between two places, and I was like, I could either like just let myself collapse and just give up and say whatever. I'm gonna fight to make my life as good as I can for her, because the only way she's gonna stay alive is if I can like make her proud. Literally, that's all I want to do is make her proud. So I was like, you know what? Like the worst thing that could ever possibly happen happened. So I'm just gonna do what I have to, and if it kills me, fuck it, because I tried for her. So then I just started going out, and I've gotten so much better. Like she'd be so proud of me,
Good,
so
good.
proud of me.
I
That's the
think
only thing care
when you
about.
guys go and step foot and your feet hit the sand.
Oh my God, she's
That's-
gonna be, and you know it's awesome because she was. One of my biggest motivations is that she never got to go to the ocean.
Yeah.
So like I have a locket of her hair and stuff. So I'm just gonna take it with me to the beach and be like, you're like I'm here, you're
Yeah.
here, you know. So
Bring a little bottle of sand back and set it next to her upstairs.
yeah,
That'd be cool. Yeah. Well, I think you are doing a very good. I mean, I don't know you personally, but just
thank you.
you know your steps that we talked about so far, what you're going through. I think you're doing a phenomenal job, going in the right direction. You have a
Thank
great
you.
support system. Shane's a good dude.
Oh, he really is.
but,
He's so understanding.
Yeah, and that's the biggest part of it. It just it's understanding each other.
Yeah.
You know, people try to get in relationships and they you know, the I call it the cupcake era is great when you're like, oh, it's great. It's like 6 months in, and then you're like, oh, now you're really getting to know somebody. That's where the test of time goes. But understanding is definitely a big thing. You can't change who you are all the time, and it happens gradually.
Yeah,
Like,
so many
you know.
people put themselves out and they're like, I want to be this person. I want to be edgy and cool, so I'm going to do this and that, and I'm going to make people think I'm this way when I'm really not. And that just sucks. They're so fake, and you could see right through them.
Yeah.
You could see right through them.
90%
It's
of
like they're a
people-
BuzzFeed article that I read a BuzzFeed article about how to be edgy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, either people hate me within the
Yeah.
first 5 minutes, or they love me because I'm too honest sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the people who stick around after those 5 minutes, I'm like, we're gonna be friends forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you want to ask her?
Not at the moment.
All right.
I
Just
think-
Jen-
No, I mean, because that's actually what you just asked. Was
Yeah.
something I was wondering myself.
Mhm.
If stuff started to come back or anything.
No, yeah. Surprisingly, it's been like even.
That's good.
I'm knock on wood, God. I hope it doesn't regress, but I literally just fight to keep her proud.
Can you feel it coming back? Like, I know for me, example, when my depression comes back, and the anxiety comes with the depression, but I feel the depression wave comes first.
Yeah.
And for me,
absolutely.
I'll be sitting somewhere and negative thoughts come in.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
This sucks. This job is terrible. What
Yeah.
you're doing right now is terrible. This is and then you start going in your mind like, this sucks. I'm mad. I'm angry.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, whoa. Step back a second,
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, it's not that bad. Somebody has it worse. Stop thinking negative. I have to like literally tell myself, you're spiraling, and then you need to sit back, relax, and then I have to put out more positivity to make that change. Is that kind of how your situation is as well?
I feel myself sometimes. I will catch myself, and I'll catch myself getting like into that depression and like just feeling really horrible and feeling bad about myself, and I'm like, wait, it could be so much worse. Like, in the course of 3 months, I had Ashley pass away, and I was in an abusive relationship when she passed away because I got with this, I got out of that, and then my brother went into a coma unexpectedly. They thought he was going to die. And then my dad got into a car accident across the country, and my stepdad, his kidneys failed, and he's looking for a donor. And then my mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And it was just literally like 8 things at once. That's major life changes. And I'm just like, holy fuck. Like, if I got through that, like, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Like, if something, like, I was late for work and I got in trouble, or, like, fucking pipes break or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch, you don't know. Like, go back to, like, harness your strength that you had,
Not... If I'm, like I said, I'm try to be positive in a lot of aspects, and this could be something you could take away from that as well. Is, for the longest time you needed other people for your support system, and then everyone who was your immediate support system is now they need you to step up, and you've done that. So the strides you have made in those aspects have been phenomenal, and and you're making plans that we're going to go here, we're going to go there, we're going to so you're already doing the right steps. You're doing the perfect things you need to do to do that. And like I said, and then it's good to be very aware of your situation as well, and say, okay, I see this coming back.
Yeah.
I'm bigger than that now.
Yeah, I'm a very, very transparent person, and the first thing that I will admit is, like, if I'm struggling, if I'm having a bad day, I'll be like, I'll call my friends up, I'll call Karen, Rachel, everybody. I'll be like, I need help right now. I'm really not good. I'm not okay mentally. Like, I feel horrible. I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself. Please, just, can I come over? Can you help me? Like, I'll straight up ask for help. And I don't care.
That's my biggest, what I don't do.
Yeah.
I don't.
So many people are scared to,
yeah,
or they feel weird.
Well, I'm not, and I don't want to like male masculinity, but growing up Irish Italian, you're not, you don't ask for help. You be a man, you suck it up. Yeah, you suck it up, you move on, you know what I mean? And I'm learning that that's not good. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people get mad when you say, oh, we're making society sissies, and like the Gillette commercial is but that's legit. Like, some of those things in the commercial were legit. Like, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, hey, I don't feel comfortable.
At the commercial, you're the reason why you made the commercial.
If I see 2 kids fighting in the street, I'm the one to stop the car and be like, stop fighting.
Yeah,
like,
me
it's
too.
really not worth it. Like, it's but I was the one when I was their age. I was in fights every day. You know what I mean? Like, and just because you've been doing something your entire past doesn't mean that has to be your future.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's it's huge. But is there anything else in your journey or your story that we didn't cover that you would like to speak about?
I don't think so. I think, I don't know.
Yeah?
I think I'm good. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like
think I feel
a little,
it,
you've been loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the experience so far?
You guys are awesome.
Like,
You like trip me out all the time, because like that's weird. Ever since you brought up the Leonardo DiCaprio thing, I'm like, that's weird. It's cool though. It's not a bad weird.
It's the Wolf on Wall Street.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
But just to kind of get into how this interview came about, I put a Facebook post pretty much saying, if anyone's interested, I'm looking for people that are willing to talk their story and help out and get their story out there. And you were the first person to really reach out and contact us. And we set this up and we came to you and stuff. So in retrospect now, was it what you expected?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Good, man. I appreciate it. and I'm gonna keep tabs on you now. So we're friends now. I'm just putting that out there. Just even if you don't want me,
I got the friend card.
Yeah, you got your friend card. If you ever need anything, if you ever need to talk anything, we're always here for you.
That is awesome. When I met you and your wife at the bar, I was like, oh my God, they're such nice people. Now I'm not scared anymore.
And we were driving.
And my dog loves you guys, so it's awesome.
We were driving. I was like, we're going to stop in the bar quick. And she's like, why? I'm like, well, I know at least 3 people that I know will probably be there. Yeah. And I think she's working. And I kind of want her to see us before. Like, I wanted to kind of make a visual connection before we just show up in your living room.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I reached out on Facebook and kind of had a conversation with you, too, to kind of let you know that it's just not, because if we would have just showed up and here we are,
hey,
yeah. So
even though I like I told you, I am that weirdo that just meets people. Like one of my best friends, Mike, he's the delivery pizza guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm feeling really sad today about my wife, and he's like, whoa, what's wrong?
Yeah.
And I was like, do you want to be my friend and talk to me? Do you want to sit here and talk to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys are awesome though.
I appreciate it. Well, I appreciate you contacting us and getting it out there, and because this is exactly why we did what we did. Like, this is the reason why I created this. This is I wanted to meet people that I've never met before, and people out of my comfort zone, and learn about things that I didn't experience before. And that you, the moniker of our show, Interviews Everyday People, you're in my opinion, the first person I sat down and did this with that fits that bill. You know what I mean? So that this is kind of it's not our first interview, it's our 10th. But essentially, it's my first, because you're not an immediate friend, immediate family at first. You know what I mean? Now we are, but or you're not someone who, I mean, and this is not a knock about anything, but you're not coming on to talk about. We're not helping you put something else out there. And and I love doing that too. Yeah. But the cool thing is when we interviewed those people that had something else going on, we kind of learned about them as people as well. Yeah. Which is kind of what we wanted to do is also. But I'm really happy the way this went. I'm stoked about
me too. Me too. It was nice. It wasn't nearly as terrifying as I thought it would.
I said once when you see the lights in the camera and then you kind of loosen up. And
I had one moment there for about 2 minutes where my heart started beating real fast. I'm like, my face is getting hot. I'm gonna just drop over dead. He's not gonna find me like the guy in the bathroom. I'm fucked. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I know. Your wife is here. She got it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just it was fun. You could definitely see as the interview went.
I'm just like, okay.
Loosen up.
Okay, and then my dog made the appearance.
The dog.
I was getting hot and cold the whole time. See, I'm obviously because of my anxiety, I'm a naturally anxious person. So I'm I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot and cold, and then I'm focusing so hard on my Tourette's not acting up because I don't sitting there and squeak, and then people are, what is that? I was at a campfire one time, and this guy did not know I had Tourette's, and I'm sitting there making noises, and he goes, is there, what is that squeaking? And my best friend Kara was sitting right next to me, my baby mama, and I was sitting there, I was squeaking, and she goes, oh, I don't, what is that? I don't know. And then I was doing it again because you can't help it, obviously. Yeah. And he's like, oh, well, is there a dog in the woods behind us? And she's like, oh, that's Sam. She squeaks sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Well, and the good thing about it,
and I just,
amazing thing about our interview too is you might have people who may see you, and it seems like you have an amazing support system, a lot of amazing friends. But I think now when people see, the perfect example of why we do what we do as well is, they look at someone from an exterior standpoint, and they're like, oh, and then you're like, maybe they see your Tourette's or your squeak, or you're going through what you're going through, or maybe see you in the street having a. Yeah. But instead of looking at the person, because if someone probably seen you going through one of your episodes, in our area, the first thing they're gonna say is she's probably high, she's probably this, but it's not, and that's what I want to try to break that stereotype of it. Just because you see someone struggling doesn't mean they're going through what you think they're going through. Yep. And just having our conversation, you just shed light on stuff. Now someone can go back and watch this and be like, oh, maybe instead of just walking by that person, if I can just be like, hey, it's crazy, but a hug goes so far.
Oh my God, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hug life.
Hug life. Are you okay? Do you need a hug? It sounds creepy, to walk up to someone hey, do you want a hug? But sometimes it's needed. Some people, needed. They need that support, so that's a big thing too. Is sit down with somebody for 5-10 minutes, learn about them, and get a better understanding of what they've been through and what they're going through, instead of just immediately judging and saying, oh, they're going through, like, you can see somebody with like Tourette's or autism or Asperger's or something, and you're like, oh, they're just they're tweaking out, they're meth heads.
Yeah.
But no, they have a meth.
Like, hey, you got anything? Yeah, I got Tourette's, not meth.
Yeah,
sorry.
they're not. They're going through stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, help people out. But I'm very happy with this. This is a lot of fun.
That was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this, was because it's like a lot of people, especially in the grieving aspect, there's so many people that are grieving, and people don't know what to do. Like in my case, I love talking about it. I'll talk about it all day. But some people, it's touchy.
How you take it with how you kind of have, how you said, like, your dark humor a little bit.
You have to. Yeah.
I tend to do that sometimes too. Like, I made a joke, our dog passed away, and I made a joke, and she was like, you're such a scumbag for saying that. Yeah. But I was like, that's kind of my way of doing it. Like, so what happened was, a couple weeks, like, that dog was my best friend. It was Cujo, our Saint Bernard. So a couple weeks after that, like, so when something leaves, like, when someone leaves you, or a pet or anything, everything in the world is like, hey, I'm going to remind you of that.
Oh, yeah.
Like for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
So every St. Bernard thing that could possibly happen happened. Like, on my birthday, Ben made a St. Bernard reference. I'm like, Ben, terrible timing. And he's like, I'm trying not to cry, like, you know.
Yeah.
But
I felt horrible saying that.
But it wasn't your fault.
I was like, where did that voice come from? I haven't heard you talk this whole time. And it's like, fucking
but Snapchat had a St. Bernard filter.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I put it on my face, and I was like, oh, I'm Cujo, I'm the dead dog. Like, and I made a joke, and she did not appreciate the joke at all. But I needed to put some dark humor into it. Yeah, that's... so we have that connection as well with that. Sometimes you have to do it. Anything closing?
No, I mean, I think it's great that you're willing to, like, even just sit down with us, because I mean, I don't know you. I mean, you've had talks with Tony and stuff walking into this. I mean, you never know what's going to happen or anything, and hearing how much, in a way, like, listening, it was like a roller coaster for everything that you've done, where there's so many ups and downs and stuff. But to see that you are still pushing forward, not giving up, keeping that support, and always, like, stopping yourself and be like, no, it could be worse.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's great to hear that, and I think people listening and watching are really going to take from that, and even if it's something super small in their life, hearing your story, even though it may not have anything to do with what they're going through, could change the world for them.
And like I said, all I want to do is help one person. If I could help one person with the grief or anxiety, like I tell people all the time, if anybody needs help, come to me, because I feel like the only thing that gets me through losing her and gets me through all the stuff that I've been through is helping other people. That's literally it. Is just helping other people.
100%. And that's, like, we did an interview with the Nutcracker guys. That is completely out of my comfort zone. I will never go in the woods and be a survivalist hunter, like a survivalist train. But how they said, like, we started from nothing and we just worked at it, and it was something we were passionate about. Like, it inspired me. Like, oh, I can do this too. Like, I can step back and work hard to do this. Like, starting from, like, sometimes you just kind of get lost in the moment with certain things. And every interview that we've done so far, I pulled something from it, even though it's not our thing. But you're definitely a very strong person.
Thank you.
And I think you're on the right steps here. And we look forward to hearing more about it and seeing those awesome pictures of you at the beach.
Yeah. Oh my God, thank you. I'm excited. I hope it happens.
So do you have anything you want to plug? You said you work at a couple bars?
Yeah, I work at the Roundhouse in St. Clair.
And they're bringing a lot of local music back.
Oh yeah. I just blanked on every single show that we have coming up.
I know personally you have Faith and Exile will be playing there.
Yeah.
One of their comeback shows will be there.
Yeah.
You have Bad Maggie, which a bunch of cool guys there. Yeah. Love those guys at Bad Maggie.
I love them. It was funny the way that I met them. I'm friends with Alexandra Larish, and she came in and she's like, hey, can my friends come over and jam? I know it's just like a Thursday or whatever, but can they bring their guitars and this and that? So I'm like, yeah, bring them in. And then halfway through, when they were just jamming, I'm like, they need to be in a band, and I need to book them right now. So I scheduled a show with them, and I'm like, well, what do you want? What does your name want to be? You know? And then she got back to me, and I'm like, this is a thing. This is a thing just because they came to jam. Like, this is so cool. I love these people. I love these people.
I love how the local music scene is now becoming so... Everyone's so open arms with it. Like, it's not like a competition.
Yeah,
where it's not like, oh, I'm playing here Saturday and I'm also playing here. Like I've seen bands say, "We're playing here Saturday," or "Go check out these guys over there." Like
awesome.
And that's what this area needs, like just the music scene. And I'm glad there's another venue in now St. Clair that's providing that.
Yeah.
But the bad guys from Bad Maggie, they're cool to me.
They're so awesome.
They're pro wrestling fans. They're video game fans.
Yeah.
I love them. I've seen them play at in Hot Rod, and they were a really good time. But there's a lot of cool bands, and we'll so everyone.
Yeah, I gotta name drop Saints and Pitchers and King Kong Hates the Wolfman, and I love them too. They're some of my closest friends and closest.
And they're bringing
love them.
They're bringing the heavy scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually have the heavy metal show in Mulligan's.
Yep, their Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yes.
Yep. That's I believe the 16th of February.
Yes. So if you're into the heavy music, Shenandoah will have a venue with all the heavy metal, and I know a guy of our podcast, Andy Hedder, is a huge metal guy, so we'll pass it on to him. If he's not pro wrestling that night, he'll go to the heavy metal show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking music the other night off camera, and he was just like, hate it. It's not heavy enough. Like, give me heavier music. Yeah.
Taylor fucking Swift.
I'm open to everything. I like all genres. That's just me. Except country's tough.
Pop country and
country is terrible.
Country's tough.
Country. Well,
I like some rap. I do.
No, that's why I said.
Yeah.
I'm a little bitchy with some stuff.
I do like some. I like rap. Actually, I met a lot of really, really talented musicians or artists, rappers, hip hop guys. I like to call them MCs. I don't like the term rapper. If that's offensive,
master of ceremonies.
Yeah, well,
so that's like the dude that runs the shit.
Yeah, but like I am the top MC. I mean, like I like the hip hop. I mean, it's tough to me to say like, oh, I like rappers. I don't know that rap.
All you're gonna do is drop all other Benjamin.
Yeah, there's so many talented guys out there. Like especially in the Harrisburg area, we look forward to that. But I just love the music scene as well.
Yeah.
But
I love where I work. I do. My favorite thing about where I work, I get my coworker Steve. He is my light. He is my little lighthouse. He is everything to me. I love him. He's a fantastic artist, too. Mm-hmm. Him and my friend Rachel, they are just the most incredible artists I've ever met in my life.
What's Rachel's last name?
Holloway.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't use that on Facebook, but she's a makeup artist.
Really?
And, yes. And she's incredible. So her and Steve are just insane. Like, he did a portrait of me that's actually behind you in an hour.
Oh, wow.
In an hour. Rachel does special effects makeup. She did,
awesome.
like, insane, right?
Get her information if you ever need her for a set.
Yeah, seriously, I got her shit. Yeah.
Awesome. We're actually looking to help. I don't want to give too much information away, but we have some friends that are into professional wrestling, and we're going to be shooting like promo videos for the wrestlers. That's
really cool.
So we might need special effects and people. I always wanted to be. If I'm not in the promo, I just want to help make a wrestling promo.
Oh,
that's like cool. That's like a dream for me.
And personally, I have some scripts that. Like I wrote a 50-page script for like a horror thing.
Ooh.
And I need a special effect because I really want to do the opening shot.
Yeah.
And then go from there, just as somebody, so people can see what it's going to be in that kind of world.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm always looking for somebody to have like makeup stuff for that. So
I got the girl for you.
Sounds good to me.
After this, I'll show you the thing she did for Halloween. It's phenomenal.
I'm very excited to see that.
She's incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But once again, I just want to thank you so much,
and
anyone who is tuning into this. This is a prime example of what we're trying to accomplish here. If you or anyone you know is interested and want to sit down and talk to us, we can come to you. You can come to us. It doesn't matter. We'll figure something out. Next episode is going to be Megan. You guys seen her on Facebook. She has a great story. And then to close out our month is going to be Brian Finneran. They all kind of have a similar take on some things with grieving and loss, and a little bit deeper in each aspect as well too. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button, and continue to support us. We love you guys so much, and see us.
I'm so awkward.
That was awesome.
Thank you.